Hello, I live in New York State where medical and recreational marijuana are legal, and I have a medical marijuana license, and they're allowed to grow 3 plants, mature plants, and I harvest the plants and I activate the marijuana because they decarboxylate it so it's active, and then I take the marijuana and I grind it up the decarboxylated marijuana. I grind it up pretty fine, and then I use it to make cookies. I make almond butter cookies. I get some almond butter, and the writing, of course, is upside down and backwards. And I take that. I got this at Costco, and I also take some sugar, and I make my cookies in the oven, no problem. And I have very active cookies. Now the trouble is with the cookies is you get this great big cookie, which you once in a while you can see a little bit of the green plant. Most of it's ground up so fine you can't, but a little bit of the green activated plant in there too. But you don't taste it, you taste the cookie mainly. Now the problem is, if you're gonna use this, I took it because I had restless leg syndrome, and it keeps my legs from jumping around. There's one reason I was taking other medicines didn't work. This seemed to work, especially for restless legs. Problem is, you take the cookie, and how much do you take of the thing, you know? You have this big cookie, you break it up in a bunch of pieces, and then what's your dose, you know? You'll have to take off a piece like this, and that could be too much. And actually, I discovered sometimes I guess I did take too much because I lost my appetite and slightly nauseous. And the extreme, people go to the emergency room, they take way too much, and they thing called hyperemesis. And there's really no treatment for them. They go to the emergency room with vomiting, throwing up, and completely nauseous. So to prevent that, I got a trick. I take a Cuisinart, or I guess you could take a hammer or anything, and I put the cookies in here, and I grind them up, and I make a very fine powder, not a powder, but very fine pieces of the cookies. No big pieces, all just there, like that. And I can control my dose now. For instance, I take this, I take 2 tiny little spoons. These are tiny spoons. I take level actually, and I take 1 or 2 at night just before I go to sleep. And I can control the dose without getting overdosed or underdosed, I suppose. So this is a method where you can, without making an oil or making an extract, you can still control the dosage you take. Okay, hope this is helpful to some people.